Uh-oh. It's not working quite as well as I want. It's quite as well as I'd expected. Ah! Holy shnikes. Let's dim that out a little bit. What if I need it at all? I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Maybe that's just too bright. Maybe that's just fine. I don't even know. Hey, this might be all right. This might be all right. Let's play with it a little bit. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, let's go like that. A little more of me is always better than a little less, you know what I'm saying? Hello, sweet piggies. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hello, Jack. Hello, RJ. Hello, Isidra. You guys are going to have to hold your horses. Hopefully you didn't miss me too long. Can't do a coffee show. A Sunday morning coffee show. There you go, Jack. You know I'm wearing my PJs. You know I'm wearing my PJs. You can't do a Sunday morning coffee show during nap time. To describe my show, it's getting more and more. It's the words, the description is getting longer and longer and longer. As we modify the show. Going to be like Sunday late morning nap time, coffee with Ken, if it works out okay. What's the thermostat set to? That's a good question. I'd imagine our 68 degrees if I have my way. Well, thank you guys for joining me today, and good morning. Hello, JK. Hello. Well, we got Jack and RJ and JK. We got three of my regulars. Maybe it'll be a very intimate group. Hello, Don Plum. Maybe it'll be a very intimate group. Hello, babes. Hello, Fatma Santos from Florida. Yeah, we got a little audience, but we love a little audience. Again, as a former realtor, you know how to spin things. Hello, Babs in Colorado with a heart. Hello, Vaisal. Thank you so much for joining. I so appreciate you guys. I haven't even gotten into my intro. I want to wait. Hello, Nathan, for the huge audience to come flooding in. Me to jump from 9 people watching to 5,000, maybe 500,000. Why stop there? 5 million followers to my live video because it's that exciting. Oh, on a Sunday morning, what else do we have to be doing? At about 10:30, which reminds me, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Nap Time Coffee with Ken. Nap Time Coffee with Ken. It's a little show I started 5 days ago, but really it's a spin-off of a show I've been doing for about 4.5 years. A show about me talking and getting stuff off my chest and sharing some feelings and sharing some emotions and sharing the ups and downs we have in life, sharing the roller coaster that is life. Look at that. Look at that. I'm doing even the loops with my hand. But unfortunately, fortunately, the hand is connected to the shoulder, so one can only go a loop so far before they got to bring it back in and go that way. Because if they kept going around and around and around and around, I don't know. The arm might get disconnected from the shoulder socket. You know what I'm talking about? Hello, Jonathan Andrea. Have I had a lot of coffee? Not really yet. I've had an active morning. I woke up about 5 o'clock. It is a work day for my wife, which means it's a super data day. I like to call it a super data day. I think I just christened it that just now. And just laid my 2 little babies down for a nap. They haven't been very regular about their naps of late in the morning. It's made for a somewhat more challenging live schedule because I'm trying to create a nap time coffee with Ken. This is a show I used to do at 8 o'clock every morning, but my schedule was thrown asunder. Asunder would be a good word of the day if that comes down to it. Asunder probably means upside down, up with upheaval and confusion and a mess made out of one thing that used to be organized. And that's the way I feel my life is over the last couple of weeks, but we're working through it and we're figuring it out. Hello, Patricia. Thank you for joining. And Andre, you are right. But anyway, about 5 days ago, I hadn't been able to do my live show at 8 o'clock in the morning just because my schedule didn't really allow it. Thank you for joining, Sharon Hunter. And about 5 days ago, I realized my house was quiet. My big kids were at school. My little babies were napping. And I go, what the heck? Let's go live. Let's see if anybody tunes in. And although the audience hasn't been as robust as it was doing my regular 8 o'clock schedule, it works with life. And I think if whatever you're doing doesn't work with life, you're not going to keep doing it. If you're trying to start exercising and you want to go to the gym, but it conflicts with your family schedule or your work schedule, you're probably not going to do it. As seamlessly as we can incorporate new steps or new habits we're initiating to our life schedule, I think the more likely we are to keep them going. And therefore, I don't know what my therefore is, but I figure my kids are napping. And usually I get them down about 10:30. I had to keep them up a little today. They were fussing. My daughter Eve is going through a daddy phase, and I don't mind her, her going through a daddy phase. Outside of, after kind of a hectic morning, I wanted to give Holly a good walk. And so I had my stepdaughter watching the babies for a little bit. And Eve did not like to see her dada putting on his coat and shoes and leaving her. She was crying the whole time. Part of that makes me feel good, I must say. Part of it makes me sad because I hate seeing my babies cry. But if they're going to cry for anything, it's because they miss their dad. I don't mind it too much. Opal wants to know, how old are my babies? Good question, Opal. I have a 13-month and about a 2.5-year-old. We could round to 1 and 2.5. A little girl named Eve, who got a lot of FaceTime. A lot of FaceTime on my first sip video, which I did this morning. I'm trying to do two longer videos every day. A first sip video, which is me starting my morning off early with my very first sip of coffee, and then go live sometime during nap time with me drinking my coffee, which reminds me, it's tepid. Let me just chug this. This doesn't count. All of you 56, 58 viewers, I so thank you for tuning in. But please look away. Don't flip away because you're going to want to come back in about 10 seconds after I chug what's left of this not that hot coffee. But I don't want to drink it as a first sip with you guys, so look away. Ugh. I mean, it was okay. It was okay. It was still pretty good. But it wasn't nearly the temperature I think you guys deserve to see me drink. It's really not about me at all. It's really not about me. It's just about what you guys deserve. And you guys deserve to see me drinking some nice piping hot coffee. So I'm going to pour it. You guys do what you're going to do while I'm pouring it. I got Holly giving me a guilty stare right down there. I'm in a new location today. Sitting in my corner chair. Got my ring light out. Thought I'd give it a try. A little more upright feeling. I think I've got my shoulders back and my chest down. I look a little more awesome than when you're sitting on a couch. I tell you, and it's not just me, but when the cameras blow you and you're sitting on the couch trying to do a talk show, you tend to slouch a little bit. And I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but slouching probably isn't a good look for anybody. So sitting up in a more vertical chair, I feel, again, like I said, more awesome. But anyway, as for those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show about me talking. For those that are watching a while, you know it's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And thank you, Brian. With that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me, and I'm so excited to take my first sip on this mid morning. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Yes, Derek, go Illini. I was an Illinois graduate in 1990, graduated with a finance degree. I'm 55 years old, and I just had a nice sip of pumpkin spice coffee, which I have a little story about today. Not even a real good story, but if anyone out there watched my first sip video, I talked about how I was running low on coffee. I like to keep several different varieties and plenty of inventory on hand. But today or last night, as I was preparing my pot, because that's a new habit I'm doing, preparing the pot the night before for the morning, makes mornings a little easier. Happy Sunday, Dennis. Makes mornings a little easier. I realized I only had maybe a pot, possibly two if I stretched it, of coffee grounds left. And that isn't enough for me. So I ran out to the store today. I have two little ones, as we said. We needed diapers. We needed toilet paper. Let me tell you, we were out of paper products. We needed paper towels. And we needed some random foodstuffs. Coffee was one of them. Bananas, oranges, frozen pizzas I'm a big fan of. What else did I pick up while I was out there? Cereal. I think cereal's good. The kids love it. I love it. Easy little meal for the babies. Finicky Augie, who's 2.5, doesn't like to eat a lot of food, but he sure likes cinnamon life, and so do I. So we like to share a bowl periodically. What else did I buy while I was out there? I don't know that it matters, but back to the coffee. I shop, there's a very local Mariano's store, which is a fairly nice store, but you can't shop there wanting to buy everything on your list. You got to go there and go, I'm going to find the good deals and I'm going to gobble them up. And oh, did I find some good deals. And let me tell you about it. I was at the end of the aisle, the coffee aisle, and I looked around. I've talked about it before. My very favorite coffee is the pumpkin spice. I'm going to take a sip of my pumpkin spice right now just to show you how much I like it. And there was not any pumpkin spice to be found. And granted, we're into December. And I was wondering if they still sold it. And occasionally I found it in different spots of the store. And I was near the end of my shopping, and there was no pumpkin spice to be found. I walked by an employee in the frozen food section. She was stocking something. And I almost asked her, by chance, do you know if you have any pumpkin spice left? But I didn't, because I've worked in a grocery store too, and I realize people have their assigned sections generally, and she probably doesn't know where everything in the store always is, especially if it's a seasonal thing like pumpkin spice coffee. But I walked a few feet by her, and right by the employee entrance to the back stock room, there was a display, and it was like a clearance display. And the coffee, and it was orange, which means pumpkin spice. And the coffee, which regularly, their sticker price says $12.99, but I wouldn't pay more than $7.99 for a bag of Starbucks unless I had to. But anyway, was on clearance for $5.49. So as you know, I've talked about it before, I'm a guy that likes values. I don't mind spending money, but I love good deals. I love good deals. I scooped up 3 bags of the pumpkin spice Starbucks, and I cannot tell you how pleased I am knowing I have all the pumpkin spice coffee I could possibly drink, at least for the next couple of weeks. So, cheers to that. Derek, thank you so much for following The Live Creator. I have a lot of fun doing this. I've been on TikTok for about 2 years. My first taste of social media was probably it was actually in like 2007. At that time, I was a newish realtor with barely any tech savvy, and I'd heard the word blog being thrown around, and it was kind of a popular word back then, and all of us decided we wanted to become writers. And now we've moved on over the last 15 years. We all want to become TV stars, so now we do videos. But anyway, we all wanted to be writers back then, and I found a real estate website called Active Rain, and it was kind of a network of realtors throughout the country. And again, I wrote. I didn't even know what a blog was, but I wrote some things, some words, and people around the country started responding, and I thought it was pretty neat, and kept doing it and enjoyed it. And one thing led to another, and that was my initiation into social media. Facebook soon followed. I was always skeptical of other sites. Honestly, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and none of them I really did anything with. I thought the Facebook was the holy grail of social media. And it's interesting how your perspectives change as life changes. I left real estate at the beginning, almost a year ago today, and have been enjoying the heck out of social media still, but in a totally different way. And again, just providing content, going live, making funny little shorts, clips, or YouTubes or reels. Some are inspirational, some are informational, some are just downright silly. So my point is, Derek, my very long-winded point is thank you so much for following my show. It means a lot to me. It does. So a little more coffee. I must say, during the first 10 minutes of the show, I'd heard a baby kind of whining upstairs. Over the last couple minutes, I hear silence. Makes me happy. I am so hopeful. And for anyone out there, please cross your fingers with me that Augie and Eve, my angel and my little nugget of love, get a couple good hours of sleep this morning and sleep till, I don't know, what time is it? About 11 o'clock till 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That would be a great thing for them. I think they're tired this morning. They woke up. They were kind of fussy. And again, Eve was crying the whole time. Anytime I wasn't holding her, she was crying. But I'm sitting in a chair where if I fold my legs just right, there's just a perfect little spot for her to put her tiny little 1-year-old butt in the crease in my legs. And she sits there like it's the most comfortable chair in the world and watches Sesame Street or whatever we might be watching, which is usually Sesame Street for the record. It's funny. My wife and I wake early because we got 2 little ones. We come down. Augie is teething. Again, he's 2.5. He's got some teeth still coming in, but he acts like he is in such agony when he's teething. But I'm starting to realize his agony always goes away when we have the right TV show on. If the TV show's right, there's no issues with his teeth. There's no agony. There's no pain. There's no thought of dentalness at all for my young one. And I think what he does is just throws a fit when he doesn't get the TV show he wants. And I see him do it, act out similar ways. He'll bump his head on the table, he'll bump his head against the window, and he'll act like he hurt his head. And he'll start crying to his mom or me or his grandma to get attention. And it's the cutest little thing. It's the cutest little thing. But anyway, let's have a little more coffee. So, anyway, how you guys doing? How you feeling? How'd you sleep? How's your weekend going? It's kind of a rain. I'm looking out the window. It's hard for me not to look out the window. I feel funny kind of staring at my phone, so I apologize in advance if you feel rude, like I'm not making good eye contact. Good morning, Lynn. If I'm not making good eye contact, I feel good morning, Chris Jackson. I tend to look people in the eye and give a firm handshake. Love shaking veterans' hands. Was at Target 2 nights ago and ran across a guy wearing a veteran Vietnam hat, and so excited because, well, first of all, we did the dance. We did the grocery store dance. And I think, I don't know if you know what I mean. I'm sure you do, where you go and you keep bobbing and weaving, but the person across from you is doing the exact same bob and weave. it's always kind of embarrassing. And uh, I think it is, I think I have a high tendency to need to do that. And I think there's probably a innate awkwardness to me, perhaps even clumsiness, if you will. I'm not one to cut a rug or do a whole lot of dancing, but I will do the grocery store dance. And again, let me act it out for you. Where you're bobbing and weaving and trying to juke and jive, and the person across from you is doing the exact same thing, and it's super embarrassing when you have a grocery cart. Uh, and I do it a lot. I think I look like I'm in a hurry a lot. I think I walk kind of quickly. I look like I have a lot of purpose or have a lot of thoughts in my mind. So people always apologize to me for getting in my way, and I go, "You really don't have to. You know, the last three people did it. I'm starting to think it's me. It's not you. It's me." So anyway, Chris Jackson, how am I? I'm great. It's Sunday morning. My babies are quiet. I have my three stepkids are quiet. My dog Holly is laying at my feet and quiet. And my wife's at work. So I thought I'd hop on and go live and talk to you guys for a little bit. Lynn, have an awesome day today. Yeah, I thought I'd hop on and have talk to you guys for a little bit. Again, I think for me, and again, I talk about transitioning into being a full-time content creator. I look at the analysis. I do a lot of analytics, or look at the analytics, or I analyze data as best I can. And I'm trying different things, and I'm going live some days, and I'm not going live others, and I'm posting 6 shorts in one day, and I'm not posting 6 shorts in another, and I'm watching my revenue stream and my audience and my subscriber base ebb and flow, and determining, I mean, honestly, the more content I put out there, and this seems obvious, but the more content I put out there in terms of time, the better. If I talk to you guys for 45 minutes today, and I get 100 viewers that watch 20 minutes each, that's 33 hours of watch time on YouTube, which is pretty good for where I'm at right now. If I can grow that audience and turn it from 100 to 1,000 viewers, I suddenly have 330 hours of watch time from one video, one live I do. And I don't know, I always feel good when I do the lives. I always feel good when I post videos. Last night I posted one. I always rewatch these live videos, and I edit them, and I post them as shorts and reels and TikToks. And last night I woke up at about 1 o'clock, and I had a lot on my mind and wasn't in a hurry to go back to sleep. So I hopped on and was watching a video I did about 3 weeks ago, because I'm about 3 weeks behind in my content. And came across a video where somebody had asked me, "Are you rich?" And I answered the question, and it turned out to be a pretty good video. I posted on all the social media sites, and it's getting a lot of activity, and that always feels good. I don't know what my point is, other than it's a process. Not only do I have to go live, not only do I get to do first sip videos, but I get to edit them all and post shorts and test the waters and test various theories and test various things and do some trial and error. So that's my thought about that. Jack wants to know the top 5 grocery stores in Naperville. Well, I would say, as a shopper, and I hate to sound biased, as a former Super Target employee, and hate to stretch the limit of where Naperville is, but my number one grocery store in Naperville, if you will give me the leeway to expand the border of Naperville about half a mile into Warrenville, would be the Super Target on Deal Road. Good morning, music loving mom. Would be the Super Target on Deal Road, where I worked for 7 months this year. I think the inventory's good, the produce is fresh, the prices are great. Consistently, top to bottom, they're better than anywhere else I go besides maybe Costco. But the Costco's, again, a limited, you got to be buying in bulk, and they don't have everything you need, so it's hard to count exactly. Or Aldi, but again, Aldi's different in terms of quality of product, perhaps freshness, but their prices are obviously good. But Super Target on Deal Road in Warrenville would be my number one grocery store because it's got a great inventory, it's got great quality products, and it's got great prices. So I don't think you can beat that. My second, although the prices, I go there out of convenience. There's a Mariano's right by where I live, and it's a great. I mean, it's a good store. It's got a bar in it. Although I don't drink alcohol anymore. I used to. My wife and I used to stop there and grab a drink or two if we had some time to kill while we're grocery shopping. Probably not a good habit. That's true, but we used to, and kind of was charming. A lot of good quality products though, but the prices are kind of wonky, if you will. You can't go there with a full list of groceries that you need to buy. You got to, as a guy that likes a value, um, as a guy that likes a value, wants to get a good deal. So I don't want to overpay. And Mariano's prices are hit and miss. They'll have sales that are great deals, but if you're not buying their sale price, it's a horrible, horrible. I think it's a one of the higher priced places in town. So I don't shop there a lot. So honestly, those are my two. It could go to a Jewel. I know there's Casey's that a lot of people love a lot, kind of a local feeling place. But again, I like good values, and if I'm have the ability, I'll either buy the sale stuff at Mariano's. Like for instance, I got my coffee today for $5.49, the pumpkin spice, or I'll go to Super Target, but that's on the other side of town now, so I don't go there that much anymore. A little more coffee. So that's what I got going on. That's what I got going on today. What does my wife do? She works hard. She's really good at what she does. I'll leave it at that, though. Hello, XX Toxic Wing XX. I appreciate you for joining today. Did I pour a full cup? Or just while I was talking groceries and other content and other stuff, did I just happen to be chugging my coffee? Or did RJ goading me on kind of subconsciously? Is that the word? Subconsciously? I don't know. He almost hypnotized me to drink more. I listen to a lot of hypnosis. I listen to a lot of, I mean, not hypnosis as much as meditative stuff. And I mean, sometimes hypnotic stuff and positive affirmations. And I think I put it all in the same basket. And, if you're a certified hypnotist or a meditative specialist or whatever, you might think differently. But I kind of all put them in the same bucket of positive thoughts and relaxing thoughts and finding contentment and finding peace and finding relaxation and finding healing sleep and healthy sleep. And I don't know, there's times when I'll toss and turn in the middle of the night and I listen. I got a thought for you. I'll have my earphones in, the ones with cords in them, by the way, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute if I can remember. Thank you for sharing the live music, loving mom. And I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and sometimes there's some nights you wake up and you go, where am I? What's going on? Ugh. You'll panic and you have all these thoughts and you go, crap, I got to get the garbage out, or crap, I got to make the kids lunches, or crap, whatever else other thought could be on your mind. But I listen to these very relaxing, hypnotic music a lot of times, and it's so peaceful waking up and just kind of hearing this sound, this relaxing sound. And I don't know, I should get speakers set up all through my house so we have that music going all day long. Maybe the babies would sleep all day. Maybe the big kids would sleep all day. Maybe Holly would sleep all day. Maybe even Ken would drift back off to sleep all day. But Ken's got some work to do. When you got two little babies, although it's not that bad, but when you got two little babies and you got three older kids and two other kids even, there's 7 in total if you count stepkids. Oh yes, 7. I don't know, the little babies can make a mess pretty quickly. But their mess isn't, if you keep them from knocking off my coffee off tables or knocking things down that make a big mess, their mess is fairly easy to control or contain. Yes, I have books strewn about my living room and the room over there, the playroom, and toys all over the place. But it all has a spot for me. And in about 12 minutes, I think I could have all the toys, all the books put away in this room vacuumed. I'm pretty proud of that. I think I'm a really good cleaner. Music Loving Mom asked, do I have my Christmas tree up yet? Yes, we do. We put it up on Friday night. I was out completing a fairly busy day. We'd thought of going as a family to pick up the Christmas tree, but when you have many kids, two of which are babies that have to come along, uh, I don't know. I don't know. Uh, what's the guy's name? What's the guy's name that did the Campbell Soup painting? I don't know, does like Americana painting. Well, I forget his name, but somebody will remember. Campbell Soup, and he did one of the Cubs, and he's famous artist that does like Americana painting. But it's not always, life's not always so picture perfect. It was a rainy, dark Friday night, and throwing five kids in the car, two babies, and my wife and I, not Andy Warhol. My wife FaceTimed me and asked if I'd be okay. Um, Hold on, we lost connection. Oh, you're back. My wife FaceTimed me and asked me if it was okay if I went to the store and grabbed a tree and came back. And I did, and it went so much easier and only took a few minutes. And not that I like to rush through life at all, but maybe some things, again, are okay to rush through. And even though it's a seasonal Christmas tree shopping seems like something we should get our sleds out and go in the snow, and I should be carrying an axe and find the perfect tree out in the forest or whatever. It's not always that way. And this rainy night, it was great to bring the tree home, get it set up. My 9-year-old stepson and I cuddled up on the couch and watched Home Alone. And my wife and her daughter, my stepdaughter, decorated the tree and did just a beautiful, beautiful job. And yeah. Hey Jack, maybe Warhol did do the Campbell soup, but it's not the artist I'm talking about. Uh, Come on, it's almost an expression. Uh, Warhol did freakier stuff, but this guy did more. He's got people at a diner looking at with two cops. I can picture a bunch of his paintings right now. Somebody else name an artist that does Americana stuff. Again, there's a picture of the Cubs in one of them. Rockwell, Norman Rockwell, Norman Rockwell. Yeah, life's not always a Norman Rockwell painting, and you'd like. Thank you. You'd like to think that the Christmas tree shopping would look that way, but it wasn't. But anyway, we got it decorated. We got it beautiful. I was ready to go to bed last night, but my little guy was downstairs watching Home Alone 2. So I came down, had a late night snack, and we watched the end of Home Alone 2. Let me tell you, I don't know if you've seen, I'm sure most of you have seen Home Alone 1, and probably most of you have seen Home Alone 2. Hello, lover of nature. Uh, Most of you have probably seen both of them. But the pain and the damage that is done to these gentlemen, the two thieves, the bad guys, is almost difficult to watch. And some of the stuff, a lot of the stuff that happens to them, especially in Home Alone 2, would kill them. What's his name? Macaulay Culkin's character, Kevin, is up on the top of this huge fourth floor or huge home in uh, Manhattan, I assume, and right across Central Park, and he's like 4 floors up, and he's chucking these big bricks down that are hitting one of the guys square in the head, and it was really painful to watch. And I was thinking every one of those bricks could kill the man, but he kind of got up, shook it off, and kept on going. But anyway, it hurt to watch a lot of the scenes. I don't know if you've ever felt the same. There's some nasty scenes where they step on nails or where the blowtorch blows off their hat and their hair. Painful stuff. But pretty good movies. Pretty cute movies. Good Christmas movies. Kind of good, feel-good movies. And again, I think Macaulay Culkin did a great job in that role. And amazing how long ago it was. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Amazing how long ago it was. And again, I remember seeing the first one at the theater. So Oh, I wanted to tell, this is not a good story. This is not a good story, but it's my show, so I talk about whatever I want. I wanted to talk about, do you guys, I won't be using the right term. The Apple, okay, I'll bring out this. I don't know what these are called. Probably just standard Apple headphones, right? Old fashioned. They look kind of primitive, to be honest, at these days. They cost like, I don't know, maybe $20 at the store. Or you can buy, are they called iPods? The little buds that go in the ear. And you don't have any wires, and they're convenient in a lot of ways, but they cost $150. The reason I bring it up, I work out at a gym, and I use these now. I think either I lost one, or one of the earbuds got broken, or something happened, and they just weren't working very well. And I don't know how much increased value the mobility of the earbuds provides me over these. And again, for the price difference that these are $20 and those might be $150, I find the charging of the earbuds problematic. And I feel for such tiny little things, they're so easy to be lost, or the case is so easy to be lost, that I don't know if I'm ever going to buy another pair of earbuds. I might just keep going with the corded earphones. Those are my thoughts about those. I'm just not sure if the price and the losing and the charging is worth the mobility. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts about that. Lover of Nature asked me my favorite Christmas movie. I saw Home Alone. It's a Wonderful Life would have to be number one. It'd be hard to dethrone that movie. It's just such a classic. And again, 2 nights ago, if somebody asked me, do you want to watch Home Alone or do you want to watch It's a Wonderful Life, I might have said Home Alone just for various reasons. But it would be hard to knock It's a Wonderful Life off. I think it's one of the best movies of all times. Or of all time. So, obviously, I like Home Alone. I like all the claymation little short ones, like The Year Without Santa Claus. A lot of those movies were made in the 60s and 70s, and that's when I was a kid, and we used to be so excited. Like, we'd find out, there was so fewer options. And again, I sound like an old man, but maybe I am. There were so many fewer options back then. There was only a few channels you could tune into. There was no cables. There was cable. There was no DVD. There was no anything. So there was no Blockbuster even. You had to watch what they put on TV, and they'd only put it on maybe once a year. And when The Year Before Santa Claus, or Year Without Santa Claus, was coming on Thursday night at 7 o'clock, the whole family got around the TV and were excited to watch it. Now everything gets played to death, and Home Alone could be seen. Hey, Tommy, would you go somewhere? Sorry. My stepson was FaceTiming a buddy. Anyway, but you can play the shows to death right now, and can wear you out. And I don't know, there was just something special about it back then. Yeah, so bring him on as a guest. I don't know. I don't want to bring him on as a guest. Luke Wilson's role is the best in Family Stone. I've never seen Family Stone. Yeah. But, yeah. Family Stone, I've never seen it, I don't think. I like Luke Wilson. I like Luke Wilson and Owen Wilson. Yeah, I don't know. Something charming about those guys. Likeable about them. They're probably not the world's greatest actors, but they don't need to be. There's just something so likable about them. And I don't know. What's the movie? Back to School. Back to School, I think, with Owen Wilson. That was real good. But anyway, so. Well, thank you all for hopping on. I don't know what else I have for you on this Sunday morning. I so appreciate y'all joining me today. I so appreciate y'all joining me today. I'm going to have a little more coffee. If anything comes to mind, I'll keep talking. Mm. Oh, I've got a hand on my dog, Holly. Got a quiet house, relatively quiet house. Got some cleaning to do. Got some editing to do. Got some staying warm, being content, appreciating life, and what have you. And that's what I'm going to do today. And I'm looking forward to my day. I'm looking forward to getting some stuff done while my babies are sleeping. I am looking forward to, uh, let's see, I've had enough of that person. Looking forward to getting some stuff done while my babies are sleeping and getting, feeling good about my day and being as productive as I can, but still um, appreciating the moment and not putting too much pressure and not racking my brains, because my number one job today is love on my little babies, take care of the house, love on my dog, and get as much done as I can. But again, I'm not even trying to say that, but it's just always in the back of my mind. I want to be as productive as I can, and I think I'm gonna, but in kind of a relaxing, slow moving, fun sort of Sunday way. And I'm looking forward to getting to it, and I hope you do as well. I want to thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate you. It means a lot to me for you guys tuning in. Again, this is a Sunday edition of Nap Time Coffee with Ken. And yeah, I just want to thank you for joining and hope you're having a great, great day. And hope you're feeling good. Hope you're loving yourself. Hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye bye.